welcome to the Atlanta English Institute podcast. I am Miss Jessica, and I am today's host.
Hello, my name is Jose Sanchez. I'm a current student of Atlanta English Institute. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, 100%. We are so excited to have you. Thank you for being here. So, the purpose of this podcast is really to get to know our students, our student body, and also to showcase some of the instructors. And today, I'm just going to get to know Jose a little bit better. And so, Jose, I want to take it from the beginning. So, can you tell me a little bit about where you are from?
Okay, that's a good question. It's a little bit complex. I come from Venezuela, where I was born. But my parents, my mom and my mother and my father, they are from Colombia. So I'm half Colombian and half Venezuelan. So that's why I say it's a little bit like mixed, but I'm basically Venezuelan.
Okay. So your mom and your dad, they are from Colombia.
Colombia.
And
Yes.
then you grew up in Venezuela.
That's right. I was born in Venezuela, I raised, study, and I got my bachelor degree in Venezuela.
Okay, in
Yes.
Venezuela. Okay, amazing.
Yes.
So when it comes to English, we had spoken a little bit before, and I know that your English journey actually started in Venezuela. So can you tell me just a little bit about how your English journey started?
Yes, this is a good thing to know. I basically thanks to my father and my mother, because they encouraged me since when I was a child to study English. I remember my mother enrolled me when I was 9 or 8 years old. She enrolled me in a kids English course in my hometown. She told me that this should be very important for your life and for your job and everything. So I started English course when I was like 9 or 8 years old, and I really like it. I really like it, but I didn't finish like very well. I just learned how to introduce myself,
The
and
basics.
the basic, and
Yeah.
how to start a conversation, but I didn't finish that. Later on, when I was finishing university, I took some classes and some courses, like more professional
Okay.
English, and I started my journey in this new language.
So at that point in time, that was kind of like your choice in university.
Yeah.
So first it was like a suggestion from your parents, a good suggestion. And then after that, when you got to university, you just decided to continue with English of your own accord.
Yes, I decided to take it because I think that it is very, very necessary. And as I told you, my parents always told me that even if I read a book, or if I need to search some information over the internet, I need to know some basic English.
Yes.
That's why I took it seriously.
So then fast forward a little bit in Venezuela, you took English in at university when you were in Venezuela. What was the name of your university, if you don't mind me asking?
The university name is Dr. Rafael Belloso Chacin. That's the university, but I took the English class in an institute, some kind like this institute. It's called Centro Americano Venezolano del Zulia. It's like, yes, it's like in translating to English, it's like a Venezuelan American Center of English, something like
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So then you had used, at that point, you had been studying since you were a child, and then you continued to study when you were in university.
Yes.
So while you were in Venezuela, was there opportunity for you to use it while you were there, or did you have to wait until you came to the States in order to start using it?
In Venezuela, everybody speaks Spanish, so there was no opportunity to practice at all. And I was eager to practice and go find somebody to practice with, but I couldn't find anybody, so I had to wait until the family and I can go travel
Okay.
to abroad, and luckily we could come to the United States a few times, and I I take advantage of the travel that
Okay.
we had in that moment, and I start practicing my knowledge and my English with the people here. With feeling nervous and
Yes.
the shyness and everything, but I think I did it, and that's the
Yes.
point of my start. You know.
So at first you were shy a little bit, but then you just felt like I'm just going to do it anyway. And so then when you would come to visit with your family, you would take advantage of being at the restaurant or just out and about shopping or whatever.
Yes.
So you were kind of excited about it.
Yes, I was so excited, and I didn't know when to start practicing or to uh, who I should pick to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
But I remember I have an experience with that because I remember that we were traveling from Miami to Orlando, and we stopped in a gas station. The ones are that are in the middle of the way,
Yes.
and I was sat down in the cafeteria, and there was a truck driver over there, and I
Okay.
just say hello, and he also say hello to me, and we just
Okay.
start like smooth conversation, and I
Okay.
was feeling, oh my God, I'm
I
doing
can
it
do
right now.
it. Oh, that's
I can
amazing.
do it. Oh my God, I don't know how I'm supposed to
Oh, that's
do,
amazing because
but
it was random, but it ended up being so good. And
yes.
it also, because, okay, so since I'm a teacher here, so it's very interesting because many of my students, they have a good handle on the language or they're getting to know it a little bit. But I always have to talk about confidence, just having the confidence and also the courage to be willing to try to do it. And then that probably makes a big difference in like how quickly that you're able to learn it as well. Okay, so my next question is it safe then to say, because you started learning English when you were in Venezuela, and then you continued learning English when you were in university, and then you were visiting a couple of times with your parents. So, what sort of made you want to move to the USA? Did you always want to move? Were you curious about it? Was it one of those trips? Like, what was it that made you want to actually take the leap?
United States receive a lot of marketing or a lot of advising to visit to make some touristing here and meet some places like New York,
Yes.
on meet parks like in Orlando parks, theme
Yes.
parks, and a lot of that kind of stuff that you may want to visit. So um, part of my decision to come here is to being in a country who has this kind of tourism and good places to know, to meet, and I really like the American culture, and I
Yeah.
really like to share with people in here. And I thought, okay, if I move to the United States as a student, I can develop myself, and also I can learn more about English and improve my English, and you know uh, became or become a professional
Amazing.
in the language. So yeah, that's why I took the decision, and I like to new changes. I enjoy be part of the transformation of something. So that started with myself, and I feel like I'm that kind of person.
Okay. I always wonder because, in the classroom, there are so many students from so many amazing places,
Yes.
especially when it's presentation time. Like, I look at the presentations and, like, the countries are beautiful, the food is so delicious. And so it just makes me wonder if family is there. So it's just like, I wonder, like, what makes someone want to leave home and then come to the US? So now, in regards to English and how it sort of ties into what you're doing now or where you've used it, I know that you have had it with you for a while. When was the first time that you used English professionally?
Okay, that's a good question. I start using it, and I didn't know how to use it. If I'm honest, when I got my first job experience, like professionally, I started in technology company, Samsung Technologies, and I had to share my time with Korean people and Venezuelan people, and for sure with the Korean people, they didn't know how to speak Spanish, so I had to communicate with them in English. So that was my first approach, like using my English in a professional way. But in that moment, I didn't feel good at my English
Like
level.
not confident.
Yeah, I'm not, yeah, not confident. Sometimes I didn't understand what they're saying because of poor listening or
Okay.
some mistakes that I have. So, but yeah, I started my professional experience with the English in that moment.
And this was in Venezuela?
Yes, this was in Venezuela. Yes.
Okay, okay. So is this after college, before college, same time?
No, this was after college.
Okay.
Because meanwhile I was studying, I hadn't had any job. I was just
Okay.
focused on studying and being prepared because I had a scholarship. I was one of the lucky guys who received
Yeah.
a scholarship, and I was focused on, you know, getting good grades and keeping my status with them because I feel it's a responsibility.
Yes.
So I focused on my studies, and after that, I got my first job in this company in Samsung Electronics, and it was a really good experience. Yes.
Yes. That's it. Education, like opportunity, experience, and then it opens doors for more opportunities.
That's right.
So you were working at Samsung in Venezuela.
Yes.
And you're talking to people, you said, in Korea.
Yes, people in Korea, people in Europe,
And this is like Zoom.
yeah, no, basically in that moment, not too much. Some more phone or
Okay.
email.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, is it Skype? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
No, so it was a phone and email.
email. Yeah, phone,
Okay.
email. Sometimes quite few video calls, but not too much. There were
Okay.
only phone calls and emails.
Okay.
And that's the first time also, and I learned a lot about international business and how to share with another people, professional people from another country, and that opened your mind. And you should be able to recognize that, oh my God, I need English
Okay.
to do it.
So then,
Achieve
can
it.
you tell me again one more time, like the countries? So you said Korea, and then who else from where else were you talking to?
Okay, I interact with people from Korea. I interact people from the United States, other people from Panama, Costa Rica, or
Whoa.
Mexico join the meeting,
Whoa.
but they also need to speak in English.
Okay.
And also people from Brazil and Colombia. Yeah, um, we basically the communication method was English. Yeah, so
So I don't know how it made you feel, or if you can remember how it made you feel. So you're talking to all of these different people from South America, from Asia, maybe from Europe, from USA. Was there any sort of, or at that time, did you connect the dots? Did it feel like something that was very interesting to you? Because it's almost like the language kind of like tied the people together or kind of unlocked everyone's ability to be able to communicate. At the time, was that something that was significant to you? Or at the time, was it kind of like, oh, it's whatever?
no, no, no. Of course, the communications opens you the to the world, opens yourself to the world, because you can meet new people, meet new things that you never even know that they exist.
Exactly.
So you learn how to treat the people. You know, there are some other stuff that you didn't know, and it sounds like basic, but sometimes you need to experience that kind of stuff to realize that you are not alone in the world, that there is a
Yes.
lot of different people, different cultures that you can meet only if you have this door opened.
The keys.
The keys, yes. To
Yes.
this door. Yeah.
Yes. Here, and we'll talk about this later, but we say language is power, but I feel like it's power because it's keys. So, like keys to opportunities, but also like keys to a culture, keys to people as well. So, I 100% agree with you. So, then let me ask you this. While you were working at Samsung, you said that typically you were talking to people on the phone, but was there any opportunity or any moment in time where you were seeing people in person as well to use the language?
Yes, actually, I had an opportunity to visit South Korea.
Whoa.
Yes, that was amazing because it was my first time travel international,
Internationally.
and
Yes.
I was like amazed. I don't know how to explain because I'm feeling
Yes.
nervous about it even right now because it was I was in the middle of my job just
Yes.
checking some emails, and then I realized I saw an email that says Jose is gonna be on a trip to Korea. So wow.
What?
It's good, but it has like a lot of symbols and everything in Korean. So I didn't took.
Did you think it was fake, or you
Yeah,
didn't think it
I
was
thought
real?
that it was like something following up and
Okay.
just I don't know. And I called my boss and told him, "Hey, what's this? Is this what I think it is or not?" He said, "No, wait, yes, yes, you're going on
Yes,
a
you're
trip.
going to
You're
Korea
gonna, oh my
tomorrow.
yeah, something like this." And I was really excited. And the later on, I traveled to Korea, and that was, I mean, the first time that I shared with a different culture than American, and I feel really, proud and lucky
Yes,
because
that's amazing.
because I was chose to travel and to share with that people. It was business travel, but at the same time we uh, try to have some time to go
Some
outside
fun,
and share with that people.
relax.
But yeah, Korean people is it's very good. They are very friendly. They are
Yes.
very open you to explain everything, and the people from the company they are also open to explain you and involve you in the company and in the products and the things that you need to be take care of. So yeah,
Whoa.
I in that moment I
Is Samsung a Korean company?
yes,
Oh,
Samsung is a Korean company, and
wow.
you know what? We went there to training, sales training, and I thought in my mind, oh my God, this is an English training. I don't know how to do if I will understand or not, but I just handle it, and yes, it was okay.
Wow. So then, okay, so you literally took a flight from Venezuela
From Venezuela,
to
Mexico,
to Mexico.
to Mexico, then to Los Angeles, then
Okay.
to Los Angeles to South Korea.
To South
Yeah,
Korea. Oh my
it's
goodness.
really crazy.
And then on the plane, like, I mean, I know that you were excited, but you were literally flying over the ocean for what, like 10 hours?
13 hours.
13
Actually,
hours.
yes.
So, like, watching movies, eating food,
Yes,
relaxing.
trying to sleep, and later on, when I arrived over there, I felt like, okay, how I'm gonna ask for a taxi?
Okay.
How I'm gonna take a bus to the hotel?
Or order some food.
Yes.
Yes, the basics. So I don't know if I mentioned to you before, but I used to live in Taiwan. I
Oh.
used to live in Thailand and Taiwan. And that was one place, Korea was one place I wanted to go because I love Korean food.
Okay.
But I never was able to, I had layovers, but I never was able to actually stop there. So one of the things that's famous in Korea is Korean barbecue.
Yes.
So did you experience that while you were there?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we tried like 4 different Korean barbecue places.
Okay.
Every day we say, hey, we go to the Korean barbecue. Yeah, yeah,
Every day.
let's go every day. Let's go. Yes, because it was really different.
Yes.
In that moment, the K-pop or the Korean
Yes,
culture
K-pop.
wasn't spread as much as today.
Yes.
So that was very impressive for us and very new for us, and we really enjoyed that because it was different and the food it was really good. So
That is so cool. Like just thinking about it once again, because it's like you're from Venezuela, and then like to get the keys to Korea, were like it was the job, but it was also like English are the keys to like being able to have conversation and get to know coworkers, which maybe turned into friends. So that's really really cool in
yes,
regards to the role that English played there as well.
yes.
And then, like you said, to being able to do business. And somehow I've known the brand Samsung all of my life, but I never knew that it was a South Korean company. I never knew that. I thought it was
Yes,
American.
and yes, and the meaning of Samsung is 3 stars.
3 stars.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
Americans are too self-centered
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I know that that is an American company. Okay, so then going on to now bringing it back to coming to the USA and now being at Atlanta English Institute. So, as we kind of mentioned these things about language, you know, here that we feel like language is power. So, when it comes to AEI, how has your journey been here? And then also, how is it helping you to accomplish your dreams?
Okay. Well, I have to explain that when I was looking for institutes here in Atlanta, I made a lot of research. I found like 7 or 6 different schools, and I took my time to make the very good research, very good, read some reviews and talk to the people and to see what would be my best option for my um, I call it my career in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, when I the, the first time I came here, I was received by Jenny. She explained me everything very, very well. And that was my first experience, my first impression. And I feel that was the point of my decision that I say,
Okay.
okay, yes, I
This
think
is
it's
the
going to be
school.
here. Yeah. And later on, I said, okay, let's go ahead. And the process is you took a placement test. We go ahead with some a small test that can measure your English level and that kind of stuff. And later on, I had an interview also with Miss Ressler.
Okay.
That she was really nice, really she understand your needs, and she also ask you what's your goal or your objective with your decision,
Yes.
because she's guiding you to get a decision to join the institute, if it's gonna be a good fit for you. And I explained everything to her, and she explained everything from the school, or the mission, the values, the language is power, and everything. And that's why I took the decision, and I start here studying, because I feel I need it. I feel like I was lack or something in some listening skills, some uh, speaking skills,
Yes.
writing, grammar, things that I didn't know, and I think that I need more. I need to be professional,
Yes.
because if you want to improve in your life, if you want to grow, you if you think you're gonna need the English as a tool, you need to be professional with your tool.
Yes.
So
That's a good way to look at it.
yes, so that's the main description of my journey here.
Okay, okay. So now I know that you've worked in tech
Uh-huh.
with phones. What is your dream now? Like your dream job or your end goal as far as professionally?
Yeah, it's a lot of mix that I have, a lot of ideas that I have right now. In my complete career, I have been involved in tech companies, yes, phones, and also as I am an electronics engineer with a telecommunications emphasis. So I have been working in telco companies, telecommunication companies, through my 10 years experience of working experience. So I started in phone sales area, but later on I move up to telecommunication projects,
Okay.
from coordination, and later on from managing huge projects of antenna installation
Oh,
and 4G and
wow.
5G technology. So nowadays, I'm looking forward to finish my English and to get a certification in project management, or MBA in project management direction, so I can be, more professional in this area, get some really good job internationally or abroad, and expand my knowledge in these telecommunication fields. And later on, my dream is to have my own company to help people. I realize some people is trying to look a job and trying to find their dream job or do something to win some money or earn some money, but the people don't know how to approach to the job and doesn't know how to make an interview and doesn't know how to make a good person, a good candidate to fit in that
Yes.
company that you have dreamed of.
A good impression,
Yes,
the steps to take.
exactly. So I would like to help that kind of people to achieve their dreams by explaining them the good things that you need to do and the don'ts.
Okay.
And I feel I can do it because through those years, I help a lot of people in LinkedIn, in my social media, professional
Oh,
social media.
I live on LinkedIn.
So I help people even if I don't receive any money. I help those people to find jobs, and I
Okay.
explain to them, hey, you can do this and you can
That's how
have
you
a
know
job.
it's a passion.
Yes.
If you're doing it for free.
Yeah.
No, really. And then it's
Yes.
something that's important to you.
I like to help people, and yes, that's one of my dreams. And also, the other dreams that I have is to have a company of international business to bring some good technology or good stuff to my main countries, to Colombia and Venezuela, to open that real international business to our countries, because I think the world is right now is open. It's a universe. Everybody thinks that United States is the main provider of everything, of all business, but we have United States and a lot of other
A
countries that
lot.
can supply um, the needs of a country or of the people who's needing some technology or some products. And I would like, yes, to open a company to, uh, import and export
Yes.
products from maybe China or another countries that can bring positive things to the country and can develop my country, because that's what I want. I would like to build country, develop a country, or develop the business, the
And you're
trading.
talking about back in Venezuela or Colombia or both?
Both.
Both.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
that's my goal. Yes, for
Okay.
sure. But firstly, I would like to start with Colombia, because Colombia, I know how the business works, and
Yes.
I have good connections over there.
And still family, like you
Yes, I
said.
have family over there. I have all my family. I have my father and my mother's live there, and yes, I would like to do that kind of things. And
Oh,
it's
Jose's a big dreamer.
yes, yes, it's
That's a beautiful thing.
yes. I know it will be it sounds crazy or
Not to
some,
me,
but
maybe to some.
yes, but you need to think it that way so you can achieve something of those dreams, and you can focus in that goal, and by the end is just trying to help people and trying to help my family and myself to to go ahead.
That's all of us. I feel like 100% is in the end goal to be able to be of service to our families and our friends. But I think that it's very beautiful that you have, it's almost like goals that build on top of each other a little bit, to be able to give back to your country in such a big way. It's kind of almost like a calling, and then to be able to do the international trade, the business aspect of it as well. And so would you say for all of these dreams that English is a necessity to be able to accomplish these big goals and big dreams that you have?
Yes, English is it's a need. It's a must that you need to have if you are gonna make some international trading, international business, because it can help you to connect with everybody, anyone in the world. I have been talking with people from Saudi Arabia, some people from China, some people from Korea, from the United States, from what else? Let's say France.
That's a lot already.
Yeah. It the English can open you, as I told you before. It can open you a whole world of opportunities that you didn't realize that exist. So every time I see somebody struggling with English or saying that I'm not good for that, I always tell him, hey, you are missing a big opportunity. You are missing uh, that someday you will have the opportunity to open the door to the whole world. And yeah, they say, hey, yeah, okay, I realize that you told me that, and I think that you are,
Right.
yes, you are right, because yes, it's amazing.
That was actually going to be my last question was what would you say to somebody who was considering coming to study at Atlanta English Institute and to take their English education to the next level? What would your advice be to them?
I have two ways to say that advice. If you're a beginner, of if you don't know anything about English, you need to you need to think about your future. If you think about your future, you need to learn English to help you to grow. And if you already know some English, and if you think that you are okay with that, you can have a conversation and that's it. You are wrong, because you are missing the opportunity to be more professional and more
Proficient?
proficient in the language, and you can explore that you can learn more about it. And that's why I choose the Atlanta English Institute, because I feel that this institute can help me to achieve that goal. And the moment that when I was interviewed by Mrs. Ressler, I told her, hey, Mrs. Ressler, I would like to be professional. That's my main goal. I like to listen and understand 100% of my conversation with another people and another American person, because I think it's important for them to feel comfortable with me. No, for them trying to understand and say, hey, yeah, I understand. I want that. I want the people understand me 100% as a Native American. So that's why I choose this institute, because I felt in that moment that I can achieve that goal with the institute. And right now that I'm starting here, uh, I'm feeling, yes, I feeling it, that I'm learning, I'm improving. Even if you feel that I speak good, or I'm
Amazing.
trying to, figure out,
Fluent.
yeah,
Amazing.
but I'm still learning.
Yes.
I'm still developing my ear. I still opening my mind. And also here, I found another and a sort of different cultures of the world, like Thai people, Thailand people, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean, South American, Chinese people. I found everybody here, and that's what I like. Also, the diversity of the people here in the institute, and I liked it.
100%. That's one of the best things about AEI.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Jose, for your time today. It's been amazing getting to know you better. And thank you for everybody who was tuning in to our first episode of the Atlanta English Institute. And we will see you next time.